I'm interested in this.
It's popcorn time!
Hey everyone, welcome. I hope you're all doing well today. Man, that's weird. This is the old model. I'm not used to this model after the past week. Oh well, whatever. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay, but I'm tired. Recently, I don't think I've even been awake 12 hours at a time most of these nights lately. Most of these days. Day, night. What's the difference? The only difference is which celestial body is trying to burn me. If the moon burns me, there's a serious problem. I'll have to research this. I'll have to figure out what's going on there. Hang on, I'm looking at a thing. Yeah, I have a full-time job on top of what I'm doing as it is. That's part of what's funny. You know, I was planning on debuting this with the new version, but why don't I just turn this on for a bit? There. Anyway. So, we've got the new model coming. That's the big news that's immediately present. It's not really a new model, it's a new outfit. People keep thinking that it's going to be a whole new model. It's a new outfit. But that will be debuting on the 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's Eastern US time, to be clear. You're welcome to speculate as much as you'd like. Ghost Sarah. However, as is often the case with somebody getting a new outfit, there will be upgrades to the model. There will be some upgrades to the model. Don't worry, it won't be this kind of upgrade. In fact, that toggle does not work on the new outfit. Yeah, I thought you'd get a kick out of that. At the moment, if I hit that toggle on the new outfit, absolutely nothing happens. It was never one that I asked for to begin with, after all. So, a couple other minor things I'd like to briefly mention. I have re-released some of the RPG Maker releases that I had done in the past. The first one that came up was, of course, Corpse Party Rebuilt. I reissued that again. See, the thing about that one is, it has actually been featured on a stream before. It's an enhanced version of the original Corpse Party. You can even play it with the PC98 graphics. Completely free, and a very interesting part of RPG Maker game history. I'm going to be releasing more of these RPG Maker things that I had worked on in the past, including some of my own old games, even though they're not exactly great. The second one I released was an enhanced version of Corpse Party Zero, the Corpse Party fan game that's a fan prequel. That is also now available to you for free. It's an interesting game, even if it's much different from Corpse Party proper. And then I re-released one of my actual games, which hasn't been available in the public since well before, like, any of this. Like, before I even started streaming on Twitch. Ancient history. But it is available now, this old game that's not exactly great, but people can play it. Maybe they'll enjoy it. You can find all of this stuff in the RPG Maker channel that I've made on our Discord. New channel for discussing RPG Maker games. I've been using RPG Maker for basically my entire life. After I discovered emulation, one of the things I discovered was that there were RPG makers for, like, Super Famicom, and there were fan translations of those from pretty early on. So I was messing around with those since back then. And then naturally I moved on to RPG Maker 95, which people have forgotten never existed. And RPG Maker 2000, 2003. And then I eventually just settled into RPG Maker XP and never moved on. I became an RPG Maker XP boomer. I'm really excited for the outfit debut on Monday. I don't even know yet what I'll actually be playing that day, but I'm sure I'll find something to play that day. Yeah, I figure that the time I scheduled is going to be inconvenient for some people. That kind of thing is inevitable with this sort of thing. I decided to put it in the evening because reasons, I guess. But it's on a Monday, and Mondays suck, right? All of my homies hate Mondays. I think even the people who have Monday off kind of feel like, yeah. Cat verified fact. I wasn't even thinking about it. You're right. It is a known thing that cats hate Mondays. That's a known fact about cats. They hate Mondays, and their favorite food is what? French fries? That's pretty. I'm pretty sure that's correct. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, you can have another look at this. That was the sound of Roto dropping his phone on the floor. Hurried all the way into my mic. I like to push things off of counters in general. Bonus points if I do it very slowly, while no one is looking, or at least I think they aren't. I know that I'm a little awkward right now, aren't I? Because, like, I keep pausing awkwardly and stuff like that. But that's because I'm tired. I'm tired. You know, I should probably talk a little bit about what I did to those RPG Maker games. Nowadays, there's an open source engine to run RPG Maker XP, VX, and VX Ace games. In the past, my RPG Maker games always had a bunch of awkward modifications or basically hacks in order to achieve functionality, like using Fmod for the audio through awkward DLL hooking and stuff like that. And it was a pain in the ass. I ended up moving every RPG Maker game from those engines that I'd worked on onto the open source, and I had to change a lot of things because of all the hacks I'd done. Just like I could achieve all the same functionality on the open source engine, but of course, how to do so would be completely different. So I had to edit tons of things in the code. But now the games all have like resolution options. If you're a sociopath, you can put XBRZ filtering on them. And, you know, they have like selectable filters, integer scaling, all of that sort of stuff. Along with the mouse support just being a little better. So I applied that to Corpse Party, and with Corpse Party Rebuilt, I also tracked down the original Japanese release of Corpse Party Rebuilt. And it turned out that it had the MIDI music that they had done for that release, but they had like rendered it into WAV files using Sound Canvas. And so I took those and restored those. So they're an option now. You can use the PC98 music or that music in Corpse Party Rebuilt now. The PC98 music is way better though. I'm not even gonna lie. When I first heard that other music, I was just like, what the heck is this? Why did they do this? I did something similar with Corpse Party Zero. Because Corpse Party Zero originally had MIDI music, but at some point I had rendered it out to PC98 style. Now it has both as an option. And then there's the fact that like input configuration is much easier in these versions of the games now. It all saves to a JSON file in app data somewhere. It's much better than the system I had before for those RPG Maker games. And eventually, I will re-release Star Sword Chronicle. Which I've been hesitant about ever since, like, reactions I got during my Dev Chronicle stream, and some things certain people said to me that really didn't sit well with me. You shouldn't let people keep you down, though. That's what I think. It's not worth letting people keep you down. It's really easy to be kept down by people's criticism. But the thing was, one particular person compared me to Chris Chan while saying that they pulled one of those, I'm not saying you're like this, but I'm saying I think some people may think you're like this. That's what they did. And that's what made me pull Star Sword Chronicle and why it hasn't been available for like 2 years. Yeah. You know the most screwed up part about it? That person was a fan of Chris Chan. Okay, so that's not a subject I want to linger on. Not ever. So in my spare time, I've been playing Dead by Daylight recently. And I think I've been enjoying it, but like, I've had a lot of funny moments because my main character has been Rebecca Chambers. And I keep running into people who are like, oh, Rebecca, my favorite. And killers that spare me just because I'm playing as Rebecca because they like her so much. And they tell me this after the match-ins, and I'm just like, what? Why do people like Rebecca Chambers so much? And like, not even kidding, this is something that has happened several times. So, like, I chose Rebecca almost arbitrarily, but then it turns out that people love Rebecca, so I guess she's the only character with a passive ability, huh? Auto mod. Mods, you can let that through. Oh my god, damn it, that's... Yeah, so it's like Rebecca is meta because people just like her and will treat her better. As a killer, I've been playing as the Huntress and Wesker. And they're both pretty fun. The Huntress throws things, and Wesker only has 7 minutes to spare for you. Complete global saturation. I'm pretty good at throwing the axes. Firstly, I'm playing on PC with mouse and keyboard. The thing I find interesting about the game is, like, it's not so catered to mouse and keyboard that you can't play equally with a gamepad, as long as you're playing as, like, anyone but, like, Huntress or Nurse. Dracula in Dead by Daylight? I don't know what you mean. Are you talking about, like, that wolf killer? Because that's the one I always see. Just a wolf. That wolf is so damn fast, man. So damn fast. If any of you end up touching any of my RPG Maker projects or anything, though, I would be happy to hear whatever experiences you end up having with them. Like, even if it's Corpse Party, I didn't make those games, but they're still important to me. After all, like, I worked on most of Corpse Party officially, too. Like, I worked on Corpse Party officially and, like, made ports of, like, Book of Shadows and Hysterical Birthday, and worked on the 2021 version the most recently, and, like, all that, but the RPG Maker ones are entirely different beasts. I would say that RPG Maker Corpse Party Rebuilt is, on your first playthrough, you will take 1 to 3 hours, depending if you somehow get stuck. Corpse Party Zero, I think, will take you significantly more time because you can get stuck really easily in that one. Thank you, Sheriff. Which game is that, Altazimuth? I've had experiences kind of like that. Like I'm credited in the remake of Friends of Mineral Town, and I played those games so much as a kid, and I pirated them. I pirated both versions of Mineral Town before I ever owned them. Back to Nature and Mineral Town proper. It's such a rad experience being involved in games like that. I think it's incredible that you get to work on, like, the real classics. Like, not to underrate myself, but, like, what you're doing kicks ass. And I miss working on old games like that. I think everyone pirated Rosenkreuzstilett back then. There was long a misunderstanding about Dojin games just, like, being free, period. Which, of course, they're not, usually. Like, there was a misunderstanding that Bunny Must Die was a free game. It never was. There was a misunderstanding that Melty Blood was a free game. Absolutely the heck not. I don't even think Ragnarok Battle Offline was a free game, and yet everybody says that it was. Because I guess if you download something on the internet, that means it's free. Right? Let's see, we've been talking for a little while now, but, like, I've been enjoying it. Not every day that I manage Satsu in any meaningful capacity, I think. I'm usually kind of lousy at Satsu. When it comes to Ragnarok Battle Offline, though, it's funny. To this very day, I keep finding people who appreciate, like, my work on that and everything. There was one in chat just earlier. Speak up if you're still here. And it just blows my mind because, like, I worked on that as a kid. My understanding of Japanese was still not that great. I was constantly referring to dictionaries and even grammar books, and the results weren't great even then, because, like, there were such space limitations I had to work with on the in-game text. Like, the text, you'd actually see NPCs and stuff talking in the stages, and they'd be saying things, and, it was not very good translation in some places. especially towards the end of the game, because I got tired and just started half-assing it. So I always felt like I would like to go back and improve that part of the translation someday, but the space limitations are something I don't want to deal with, and I don't want to deal with reverse engineering the game enough to understand the space limitations either. I've got so many projects I could be working on, and, like, I don't want to work on the technical end of a translation that old. You don't think you ever found my translation? Well, good. You didn't have to deal with the cringe opening screen. The one that said Sarah was here. She knows where you live. For goodness sake, get out of there. It's not that I don't still enjoy fan translation, but, like, I've been doing actual localization programming professionally for 15 years. And past a certain point, you just kind of don't want to look at that stuff anymore. I think 15 years is a long time to be doing any one thing. No matter how fun that thing is, 15 years is an extremely long time. I want to do something else. I enjoy streaming. I enjoy doing music. And it's been a while since I did much translation work. Like, if I were called upon to actually do the localization for a game, I'd probably jump at that. Localization programming is not given a lot of credit. Because, like, it can be a huge amount of work or a small amount of work, depending entirely on how the game was made in the first place. And usually, for the ones I've worked on, it's been a huge amount of work. Let me level with you. You might remember, some of you might know, rather, that we released the French, Italian, German, and Spanish translations for East Origin some months ago. And most of the translations were graphics, but it wasn't practical to, like, implement some new kind of font display or something to make the graphics look good in a dynamic way. Thank you for resubscribing, Xanathus. 60 is a huge number, oh my god. Okay, so I had to edit all of those graphics by hand because it was pretty much just me on that. And I'm dying, boss. And then the actual localization programming too, there were a lot of places where it was essentially like doing the localization programming 4 times, even though I automated it all as much as possible. Even now, I think there's still a bug where sometimes the opening, the anime part of the opening, gets skipped for some reason. And I'd really like to look at that, but right now I'm working on No More Heroes 2, as everybody knows. The most pleasant games to work on in terms of localization tend to be the ones where everything is just text already. At Jax, there have been... how can I put this legally? When No More Heroes went into release on PC, it released without mouse or keyboard support entirely. It also required the user to always be online in order to play the games. And there were a lot of other bugs and such, and for reasons I cannot disclose, after a while we had to take development of patching them in-house, and I've been working on that for over a year, I believe. Implementing keyboard and mouse support, button guides for the games, fixing bugs and bugs, you know? The kind of thing you'd expect from patch development. And, No More Heroes 1's patch came out, although there is one major standing bug with that one that I'm aware of and entirely planning on fixing. But, again, I'm on No More Heroes 2 right now. That's my focus. I have to stay on that. That's how these things go sometimes. So after No More Heroes 2 is done, I might be able to look back on some of these other things that need to be fixed. I am blinking. You ever in the middle of talking and you just completely forget what you were going to say? Yeah, there should be at least 2 of me. Why don't we play some Castlevania? Instigator! Thank you for 6 months in advance. Thank you for subscribing for that much. It's good to see you, Instigator. There's still a couple bugs I'd like to fix in Sky the Third, especially. No credit. I'm tired, but these things happen. Oh, I've done that kind of work before as well, Altazim. It's yeah. Always fun, especially when you're working with multiple distinct versions of the code in like different versions of disrepair and aren't entirely certain which changes and differences were on purpose and which are just like, oh, that's an old bug. Like, right? I'm sure you understand what I mean. Like, if anybody does, I'm sure you do. I hate these keyboard controls. The ones for Revisited work just fine, though. Oh, you noticed that, huh? No credit. I might be a bit of a fan. Might be a little bit of a fan. Oops. Which button is... Look, I just want to change the difficulty here. But I forgot. F1. That was the button. Ooh. It just boggles my mind that there's no keyboard rebinding in this. It is not difficult to do keyboard rebinding. I know. For a fact. Oh my gosh, no credit. Thank you for gifting 3 subs. Yeah, N2 are so good, but it's like one of their weird blind spots. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Thank you for the bits, Marionette. And yeah, I'm excited for the debut. I'm really excited for the debut. I have been planning originally to just start using the updated model and like see if anyone noticed. That was what I was gonna do as a joke, but it still needs a little time in the oven, so it's gonna show up on the debut. I feel kind of neutral about the new SDL version, to be honest, and I can't say that I've ever worked on any project professionally that used SDL. I have worked on other projects that use SDL. In fact, the open source RPG Maker replacement engine that I'm using for the re-releases of the RPG Maker stuff I worked on uses SDL. You know, it seems like every single thing like that looks like an acronym these days is actually supposed to be pronounced. What if we just called SDL Saddle? Ugh. For all I know, that's what it is. The creator's initials. Wow, it actually is an acronym and not meant to be pronounced squirrel or Jetson. The funny thing about programming is I never wanted to be a programmer. I stumbled into it. My first experience with anything related, like even adjacent to programming, was making maps and using DragonScript in Furcadia. My favorite thing to do was to make towers and like have sections hidden throughout the map that were like different floors of the tower so that you could like be warped between them and everything. Ouch. I'm not paying as much attention to the game as I'm probably supposed to be. Which I'm pretty sure is going to get me in trouble at any moment now. Yeah, time over. I've never liked the term sequel for SQL. I get it, but also absolutely the heck not. No thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna die if I do this in hard. Crap! I love that Simon somehow has air control for once, though. You know, I'm going to be continuing a bunch of times as I go through this. Which is fine, because I'm tired. Like, I'll learn the 1cc of this on hard eventually, but like I've already 1cc'd it on normal, which is not difficult. This is a strangely easy game. Like, I wouldn't say it's an easy game, but like by Castlevania standards, this is probably the easiest Castlevania game. Thank you for resubscribing, Steph. You're sick, therefore you require buff men who fight snake ladies. I hope you get better soon. Hate those things. I always fall for it. Yoink. Oh my god, yes. The original Haunted Castle is one of the hardest games I've ever played. Maple, thank you for raiding. How's everyone doing? What were you up to, Maple? Portrait of Ruin. Well, fancy that. Same collection. How has Portrait of Ruin been going? Did you have any problemos? Why did they change that? Maple might not even be here yet, huh? Oh, there she is. You have to go lay down. I'll do my best. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for the follow. Castlevania rules. Oh, from here? That's surprisingly generous. Please excuse me if my gameplay is not the best today. I was already tired when I started streaming. Because I decided I just wanted to do a fairly short stream, get through some announcements, like I've got my new outfit debut coming up, and I re-released a couple RPG Maker games. And play some Castlevania. I once typoed Castlevania in my top 100 list as Castlevania, and I didn't notice until one of the guests on my birthday stream that year pointed it out to me. So ever since then, I just want to call it Castlevania. Come on, it's just a two-letter swap. I feel like I'm gonna get through this on hard without continuing too many times. Thank you, Millennial, for resubscribing. And then, like, in the future, I'll be able to get the 1cc probably next month. Because goodness knows... goodness knows a lot of us are probably going to be playing Castlevania next month, right? I wonder if a certain alchemist is going to be pressing people to to play it. Well, not pressing. That's not the right word. That was actually a cough. I don't know why my coughs are so high-pitched. I didn't hit my cough button in time. My coughs are often mistaken for sneezes, even though people hear me sneeze a lot more often. Yeah, part of me, if I had been more awake when starting stream, I was like, what if I just booted up the adventure and went for a 1cc? But, not today. I am way not alert enough to play that game. Like, I'm tired enough that it's like being high, but not tired enough to play Castlevania the Adventure. You understand? Ooh. I'm not gonna get to this boss with much health. I have more trouble in the stages than I do with the bosses typically in this game. Oops. Whoops. Fuck. Okay, it moves faster. That's different. Crap. Yeah, this is... I'm dying. Actually, that was kind of close. You're not sure what state of mind is going to be needed for Haunted Castle OG? Set the continues to infinite and play it like a rich kid. Do a rich kid percent. That's my advice. Doing it legit is barely worth it unless you really want to learn it. Like, you really like the game. The Dominus Collection has infinite continues available for Haunted Castle, as does the Arcade Archives version. Yeah, sub-weapons only do like 1 damage regardless of what they are, which, considering that your whip only does 1 damage, like, what's the point, right? Usually you don't have a better attack angle with the sub-weapon than you do with the normal weapon, with the Vampire Killer. Baby now, I have not been bad. Baby now, I want cat chains, baby now. Cat chains, baby now. Hey, Grab. Yeah, the flea man. I didn't expect him to get up there. That was really close to not. Do you guys still think about my lyrics to this? I remember last year it like overtook the entire retro VTuber community. Oh. Hey, look, it's the bloody tear. Hey, it's the cat girl. I mean, Harpy. What the? Thank you, Dot, for resubscribing for 15 months now. Feed me now. Well, to be fair, since you're subscribing, you might in fact be feeding me now. Teen. Man, I'm doing this so sloppily and taking so much damage because I'm tired. I almost got hit by that, too. At least I'm getting a feel for how hard mode is, which it isn't as different as I thought it would be. Oh. Couldn't jump yet. Dot, what do you think about the sub-weapons in this game? Do you think they're underpowered? Yeah. I think the only good ones are like the axe, purely because you might hit something with it that you wouldn't otherwise, and the cross. Thank you for resubscribing, Decade. There is no holy water in this game. The torch is basically holy water, but it sucks. Shakes my holy water. Oops. I didn't even realize there was an axe there. I didn't ask for this. I apologize. I wish this guy didn't look like Donald Trump to me. Granted, it's like young Donald Trump, but I wish I didn't see it that way. I'm so sorry. Jackie. Yeah, the stained glass night. I'm so sorry, everyone. I didn't want you to see it. First time I got to the boss in this level, I timed over. Whoops. Ooh. Well, let's just not go there any further, okay? Are you my mummy? Ouch. They just fell. Why is that skeleton even there? How did he get over there? Like, did he just get abandoned over there? I'm kind of surprised. Hard mode does change the enemy layouts a little, but I thought it would be more significant than it is. This jump, man. It's not like it's a hard jump, but you have to be like at the edge of the platform. The random flurries of bats, though. Now see, the cross is a good sub-weapon, because you can just do that. And look, all those things are dead now. It doesn't even cost that much to use, what the heck? Look at that! That looks like it was supposed to be a tough area. Super hard mode. I kind of wish there was a super hard mode. Surprise, mummy. Hey, this actually damages him for 1 damage. Whoops. I wonder, are there iframes when using the cross? Well, I'm out of hearts. Dude, again? Really? We've got to talk about this. What the? Oh, okay. That's fine too. Yeah, I feel like, especially because it's Haunted Castle, there should be a really hard version of it. What the? There's a mummy back here too? Okay. That's kind of funny. And now I know not to stay behind that thing while it's doing its earth attack. I could get away with that on normal and not worrying about the damage I take. Thank you, Tex-Mex. 11 months. Almost a year, huh? Support, mummy. I like to sit in front of it while it crumbles like that. I don't know why. Time for Frank. There's a cross right at the start, and then they put you into an elevator level. It's like they're trying to tell you something. There's a red skeleton on the elevator. That rolls. That's so funny. They suck. They don't even drop hearts. Yeah. Oops. Man, what if I got to fight that thing that's on that machine there? Okay, that bird's not coming back. It just kills his shield. I mean, it's good enough for me, but... good to know. I like the pose the flea man makes when dying. He looks like he's just been, like, caught doing something he wasn't supposed to be. Oh, that's a lot of souls. Man, I really like all of the levels in this game, though. Like, even with how easy the game overall is, like, it feels really nice to play. And all the locations are just really well done. Go away, souls. That's what a games journalist says when you put them in front of FromSoft. Thanks for the hydration reminder. I have not been. Ooh, I am not killing Frank with this health. Whoa, right away, huh? Oh, he makes a lot of Lehman like this, huh? This boss fight rules, just in case you didn't know that. This is like one of the coolest Castlevania boss fights ever. Seriously, I love this fight. Oh crap. May as well just finish him off. Or not, apparently. He didn't want to die. Hey, Gatorade. Yeah, that guy has some Doom health. And this song rules. Not actually called Heart of Fire, but who's keeping track? Oops. I fell for it again. This part is funny to me too, like, there's just a part of the bridge hanging out down here. Oops. We've only continued once so far, right? That's because I don't have a good grip on the, like, first couple of stages. I'll probably end up continuing against Drac, though, because he's kind of a jerk. Right, you don't have to hit him in the head. Crap. I don't know why he uses knives, but it rolls. Okay, fire pillars are faster. Laser is slightly faster. Jeez, though, the fire pillars are fast. Whoa, okay. Basically, they made everything faster, huh? Jax, that has been me every day recently, like, just being tired even though I'm awake, and, like, my body just refusing to awake. Wait, that is correct grammar. I thought I said something silly, but no, that was just correct. This is like a fighting game fight. The worst thing you can do is jump when you don't need to.
What is a man?
Everything must meow. There's been a really strong pepper smell in the air for like the past like 15 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes, and it's really throwing me, dude. Like pepper the spice. Like black pepper. Basically, it smells like somebody was cooking with all of the pepper. Just all of it. Four Kings fight. Dracula just becoming his own Steno. I shouldn't be having this much trouble with this dude, but I'm tired. A little too late. A little too late again. Ow. Right, the heads also have collision on them, just in case you couldn't tell. Oh, whatever, I don't need you. She's like, Simon, what the frick? We would like to thank the creators of the arcade original game. That's just Simon's idea of a typical first date. Like, you might think, oh, dinner and a movie. He thinks abduction and Dracula's castle. And you know what? Actually, he's kind of right. It's a pretty baller idea for a first date. Yeah, I'm certain I can get the 1cc of that. It's not difficult. I mean, it's not easy, but like, I was expecting hard to be harder. Instead, like, playing hard for the first time felt like my first run on normal, before I had a basic idea of it. Just kind of found hard sort of annoying. Yeah, I get that. The ghost skeletons, and then there's a couple cheeky blood skeletons. Oh, this is power drift. Also, Drac being faster, at least I think he's faster. Maybe my reaction times are just slower because I'm tired. But, that seems like the trickiest part of the run, probably. Dracula himself, for me. Meow! Sorry. I'm so tired that like... You know when you get so tired that you feel kind of wired? Like you're still tired, but you're acting like you're hyper? Yeah. So, to recap, we've got the new outfit debut on Monday, September 16th at 7 p.m. I almost said 17 p.m. at US Eastern Time. We've got the re-release of the Corpse Party RPG Maker game. The re-release of Corpse Party Zero RPG Maker game. And the re-release of 3 of my old RPG Maker games that are not necessarily very good, but I hope some people will have some fun with them. All of that stuff is once again in the RPG Maker channel on the Discord, which is also where I announce when I go live. I know that, like, we haven't even hit the hour and 30 minutes mark on this stream. But man, I am tired. So I think I'm just gonna call it, but it was good to see all of you again. Man, I'm just looking through my stream deck and it is nothing but toggles that I cannot use right now. I'm staring right at toggles that only work with the new model. And a couple that still work with this one, like the sleeves toggle, the skirt. This old thing. This. Well, you guys will be seeing the new model very soon. It's less far away than it feels like. Hey Ed, I'm about to end stream, but it is good to see you. I think we're going to raid Masumi because she's... No. I just saw what game she's playing. No, we're not doing that. She was doing her GameCube challenge, but she's playing a game that's so horrible, it's not worth naming it. Let's see, how about we raid Digi? Because Digi is playing Sonic Adventure 2. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have you heard that phrase too many times? I sure have. But seriously, I'll see you guys again soon. Hopefully my sleep comes around sooner rather than later so that I can stream some more interesting stuff. I want to run through Adventure Rebirth again, honestly, and I feel like I'm going to do an alt stream of Bat Rider soon. It's been so long since I played it. Anyway, I will see you all next time. And please have a wonderful rest of your days. Days? Plural? What? That's not right. My point is good night, everyone. Go say hello to Digi, who is playing Sonic Adventure 2. Night. Good night for real.